Welcome to week 7 here at Geelong's gym. My name's Belinda and I'll be taking you through a Pilates session this morning. This class, we do focus on our alignment. Yes, we do spend quite a bit of time talking about core strength, but the aim is to think of the whole body and think of everything that stabilizes the body. I'm not going to spend too long on the posture alignment today because I've done that in previous videos, but I will take you quickly through the process because we do need to be aware of how our body's positioned. So we start with the feet and just checking that they're nice and centered and about hip width apart. Our knees are going to be soft. We want to bring the spine into neutral, so think both neutral pelvis and neutral spine. So we want to stack through the base of the vertebrae and just check our hips aren't sitting back or tucking forward. So this helps get that nice alignment right at the base of that spine. So in this position, we're in the best position to switch on the deeper core. So let's do that now. Tune to your hip bones and visualize a line going from one hip bone to the other, and then we scoot the belly in behind the line without moving the spine. So you notice I haven't really moved my torso at all. I'm still holding this lateral gap through the waist. And then I'm going to relax my shoulders and my upper body, turn my palms to face the sides of my body. And I'm just going to check that the neck is in line with the rest of the spine. And I do that by making sure my head is within my center of gravity. So it's not forward and I'm not tucking back so much that I've got this tightness in the front of my neck. My neck hopefully is nice and relaxed. So in this position, we're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale. So this breath activates our parasympathetic nervous system and helps the body to relax. Again, inhale and exhale. One more time, making sure we relax the muscles in the face when we do this. Inhale, exhale, and let's roll through our spine. So we take an inhale. We hinge our weight a little to the toes and we use the out breath to roll down and just come to where you're comfortable. So if it's here, it's fine. If it's further, that's fine. Just make sure you release the net at the bottom of your range. Inhale at bottom. Exhale, we roll all the way up. And I'm really conscious to reset to my Pilates posture. Again, inhale. Hinge forward, exhale, come down. Inhale, exhale, roll up. One more time, inhale, exhale, come down. Inhale, exhale, come up. I'm just going to take a moment just to tune to my body, my alignment, and try to tune in all the different parts of the body from the feet to the head. Good. So now we're going to start with just a little bit of work through the ankles. So this will involve just a little bit of balance, but it is good to practice and work on our ankle strength. Many of us have issues with ankle joints. It also helps us work the muscles in the feet. And we lose that mobility in the feet as we age. So if we don't consciously work it, the feet do become quite stiff. And this is particular if you're someone that wears shoes all the time. So part of the exercise and part of your training for your feet is to try and spend a bit of time through your day without your shoes on. So this helps work all these muscles through the feet. So let's do that now. So we're going to take an inhale. We're going to lift up on the right foot. I'm trying not to roll my knee out. And then exhale, I'm going to change to the left. Inhale right, exhale left. And hopefully you're noticing I'm not tipping my body side to side as I do that. So I'm trying to center my posture. So we're always thinking about the core and the whole body, even though our focus at the moment is on the feet and the ankles. I can tell my feet haven't had a workout for a little time because they're quite stiff moving through that. So you might be noticing some muscles you perhaps haven't worked for a while. So just do a couple of breaths or a couple couple of reps rather, thinking of the breath. And relax. So this time I'm going to push up on both the balls of my feet. So I inhale, I lift up, I scoop the belly. Exhale, I release down slowly, so I hopefully won't drop as I do this. Inhale. Oh, exhale. You might feel your balance is a little challenged by this. And remember, you don't have to lift right up on the balls of the feet. You might even start just lifting the heels just a little off the ground, especially if you're someone that hasn't practiced balance for a little while, or maybe it's something that you need to work on. Just allow yourself to build up. I'm sure if you practice this, that it will get better. Just a couple more. All right, now I have a little challenge for you. So we're going to add a squat in the movement. So we inhale, we lift up. Exhale, I'm going to bend my knees. So when I bend, I tip my hips back so my knees don't go over my toes. And then I'm going to lower my heels. And then I'm going to stand. So inhale, lift. Hello. Exhale, squat. You can bring the arms a little forward if you need to help you balance. Inhale, lower heels. Exhale, up. So I'm just going to turn side on so hopefully I don't lose my balance on this rep. So inhale, up. So I just want you to see my squat. Exhale, see how my hips hopefully are going back. Inhale, I lower my heels. Exhale, up. Again, inhale, up. Exhale, sit back. This is quite challenging this morning, especially because my feet are a little frozen. Again, inhale. Ooh, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to do it 4 more times because apparently I am feeling quite ambitious today and I must really want the challenge to my balance. And my arms are just doing this to help my balance. You don't have to copy my arms. Just do what feels good and natural to you. 1 more. Ooh. And relax, good. So I'm just going to give my ankles a little rotation one way, and then the other way, and the other side. Good. Let's come down to the mat. So I will step forward off my mat, set my feet a little wider, and take an inhale, take my arms up. Then exhale, I'm going to sit back as far as I can, and then take my left hand back, followed by right, and gently I'm going to sit down. All right, we're going to work on a little bit of lateral stretching before we come to the mat, because I'm going to spend a bit of time working on the oblique muscles today. So we're going to give them a nice warm up and stretch before we get going. So I'm going to take my feet to the outside of my hips. They don't have to be really wide, especially if you don't have the space in your house to have the feet wide. So it's just a matter of having them just a little bit to the outside. Watch your spine though. So if you find you are sitting in this position and maybe your hamstrings are quite tight and perhaps you're starting to collapse back, there's a couple of ways to help you with that. So you can bend your knees. So this will help release the tightness from the hamstring. But another key to get a little bit more stretch in the hamstrings is to actually sit on something. So you might place a cushion just sit on the edge of the cushion. So you don't want the cushion under your thighs, you just want it under the buttocks. And what this does, it tips the pelvis back. So it helps us get a little bit more length in the spine. Because if you're already here, you're not going to be able to get that nice lateral movement through the spine, but also you'll find you'll get a little strain on your lower back. So we're moving laterally, so this might test your coordination. So I'm just going to start with a reach side to side. So I'm going to take an inhale. I'm going to exhale. I'm going to reach past my toe or maybe towards my toe. Inhale up, exhale out. Inhale. Now I'm trying to keep my hips on the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So I lift up through the waist. Exhale out. Inhale, I lift up. Exhale out. Inhale up. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And one more. Now this, so I'm going to take the arm up and over. So I'm going to place my right hand down and I'm going to reach the left arm so I lift up out of my waist and then over past the foot if I can. Inhale, so I'm not touching my foot. There's a little rotation as you turn so that your body goes over the leg. Good. Inhale up. Right hand comes down and I tip to the right. Inhale up. My left hand comes down and I tip to the left. Good. Again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Let's do it 4 more times. Good. 2 more. And last one. Inhale, I lift. And exhale. I'm going to just shake my shoulders a little. I've got 2 more movements for you today in this position. So we're going to take an inhale. We're going to lift the right arm, the left arm rather, up. We're going to tip down over the leg. So if you're tight in your hamstrings, just go a little way. So work on the spine length rather than touching the foot. So there's no sense touching the foot if the spine is here and we're straightening the neck. So we want to, I'll go to my right again. So lift, my left arm up comes up and I tip to the right. I'm going to inhale, I'm going to windmill. So a little bit of shoulder warm up while we're here. Excellent, tip left. Inhale, exhale right. Inhale, so remember it's the opposite arm coming over. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. 4 more times. Last 2. And last one. Good. One more warm up for the spine. So this time, I'm going to cross my legs with my left leg in front of my right. If you're not comfortable crossing the legs, it doesn't matter. You can just have the feet forward. The movement's more about the spine rather than the leg position. So today I'm going to place my hands on my shoulders. So my fingers are to the front of the shoulder, thumb to the back, and I'm going to open my elbows and try to hold this space across the chest. I inhale to my left. I exhale to my right. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. Keep breathing. So make sure it's not just your arms turning, you are turning from your waist. Just a few more times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release. Well done. Let's come to our back. So I'm going to turn myself side on so that when I look at my screen, I am not straining my neck. So I do recommend you do the same. So remember, you have the option to bend your knees to come down, and this is an option you choose if core strength is a bit of a weakness for you, if you have lower back issues, or maybe even tight hamstrings. Otherwise, the arms come up, we scoop the belly in and we come to the mat slowly. So exhale, I'm going to come down a little and I'm going to pause. Inhale. Exhale a little further down and I pause. Inhale. Exhale, I come so my lower back almost touches the mat. Almost. And then inhale. I take 5 counts to lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I'm just going to shuffle down my mat a little bit. And then from here, I'm going to set base posture. So again, I will push you through it a little bit. If you want a more detailed setup, you can refer to other Pilates videos. So otherwise, we bend the knees, we have the feet hip width, and hopefully the feet as centered as you can. We tune to the pelvis and the spine. So we want our back touching the mat lightly without force. So we're not pressing. But we don't want that big gap on the spine. So if you just feel the mat under your back and then tune to your hip bones, visualize that line going from one hip bone to the other and then scoot the belly behind the line while retaining this lateral gap in the waist. So make sure you're breathing. So we do need to be able to breathe and draw the belly in. So make sure it's not so much force that you can't breathe. And then we take the hands by side with palms up. I'm just checking my shoulders are relaxed. And I'm checking my nose aligns with navel. And the front of my neck is relaxed. So my neck in general is relaxed. I'm going to take a deep breath in. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So I just want to commit to muscle memory this posture. So it's really important between exercises, I find this posture again. And even when we're moving around, usually through the arms and legs, we want to make sure that we're resetting to this position. So every time your body comes back to the mat, think about this position. So really feel it now. Feel it from your feet to your head. Just notice the body. All right, my first exercise, I'm actually going to support my head. So I'm going to take my hands behind the head. They're just lightly clasped. And I do work at keeping my elbows back, but without force. So they're relaxed. The aim is to support my head with my hands, not to use them to pull my head off the mat. So try to be mindful of neck pressure as you do this. So I'm going to start with a little oblique work here. So I take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, I am going to take my left shoulder towards my right hip. It doesn't matter if you do it the other way around, which I probably did. Inhale. No, I didn't. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep working. I'm going to try one more and then I'll add on. So what I'm going to do now is take my opposite knee towards my armpit. So I'm lifting the leg just to about 90 degrees if you can. And then I'm going to be conscious to put my foot back to hip width apart. So I'm really thinking about how I reset my body back to the mat. I'm also making sure I don't lift the back in this moment either. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So just take your time to do the movement. And let's try triple percussive pulse, pulsing the upper body, not the lower. Inhale. Other side. Inhale. Again. Inhale. And again. Good. One more. So similar movement, but this time my feet come up to 90 degrees. So I'm turning to my bent knee, but I'm going to take my other leg out. So my left shoulder goes to my right hip bone. And that means my left leg extends. I didn't make that very complicated for you, too much detail. So just make sure that you're getting the twist to the bent knee. So inhale, I lower, exhale, I turn. Inhale, I lower, exhale, I turn. And again. Make sure that your hands aren't pushing on the back of your neck or head. So you're just trying to hold your neck alignment without actually pushing the head. Because getting your head closer to your knee isn't actually going to help your core or your obliques. All it's going to do is contract the neck. So there's no need to get your forehead to your knee. It's not going to give you better abs. So let's go for that triple percussive pulse. Hopefully, you notice I'm pulsing the upper body and my lower body still. So I'm working the stabilizers through my lower body. Good, I'm going to do it 4 more times. Again. 2 more. And 1 more. Good. Relax. All right, so one more version to help our oblique muscles today. So this time we're going to extend the legs out. So remember, we have done this position before, and we do have to be a little more conscious of what the back and the legs are doing. So often when we extend the legs, we're not mindful of the feet, and what happens is the feet kind of do their own thing, and it's not so great for our ankle joints. So we're putting a little weight through the ball of the foot. Imagine pressing your feet onto a surface. So you might even imagine a wall or the floor that you're pushing your feet into. So the knees can be soft, especially if you have tight hamstrings. You might need to bend the knees up a little bit more so that you can bring your back down to the ground. It's still that light connection. It might be a little lighter in this position, but please be mindful you don't have an arch under your spine. We still need to bring that back down to the ground. Okay, so my arms are going to come out. I'm going to take my opposite arm to foot. So I'm going to lift up my right leg. I'm going to lift up my left arm, and I'm going to curl up on the diagonal through my spine. Because we don't have the neck support, we need to tuck the chin to take the strain off the back of the neck. And then inhale, I'm going to lower very carefully, so I'm keeping my back in contact with the mat. So this poses a new challenge in that you have to think a lot more about holding that deeper core strength. So it's really working those transverse abdominals. So let's go to the other side nice and slowly just to get you started. Opposite hands and feet. If you don't have the flexibility, you don't have to touch your foot. You can touch your lower. Inhale. I just have that advantage of having very short legs and long arms. It makes touching your toes a little easier. See, it's not all about flexibility, but it does help. Exhale. I'm tucking my chin. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Very conscious to keep my back in contact with the mat. Good. One more each side. Get a little bit of hamstring flexibility at the same time. Let's go for a triple percussive pulse. Again, the pulse is in your upper body. Inhale, lower. Other side. Inhale, lower. And again. Inhale, lower. Again. Good. And lower. Keep your back down. Inhale. Just 2 more times. And last one. And relax. Good. All right. Let's work the back of the body now. So we're going to go to a bridge exercise. So we did this in our last class, but what I'm going to do is build on a movement we did back then. I like to turn my palms up. If you absolutely must have your palms down, well, I guess I can't stop you. But the palms up does help to open your chest and shoulders. So remember, we are thinking of the whole body. So I'm going to walk my shoulder blades in just a little closer, but I still want to make sure that my back is in contact with the mat. So I'm not going to, if I'm not, don't have the flexibility, I'm not going to walk my shoulders in so much that I can't, that I've got a really pronounced curve under my spine. I'm going to negotiate and just find that middle point where my back's down, but my shoulder blades are in. So see if you can do the same. I always like to build up on this exercise, so we'll start with the most basic option. So tuning to your feet, so it's really nice to press a little weight into your feet on this exercise. One thing, it hopefully stops your feet turning, but the other thing is it actually reminds your core to switch on. So it's a nice way to get the core firing automatically. So let's do that. So pressing into the feet, scooping the belly. We're going to take an exhale. So take an inhale first. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, lower down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now you're quite welcome to stay with this version. Otherwise, excellent. I'm going to lift my right leg up at the same time. So I'm actually working my left leg. So we want to make sure we're firmly pressing the foot into the mat. The knee doesn't turn out and our hips are level. And then I lower down. So exhale, left leg up this time. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, right leg up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, left leg. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, right. Inhale, lower down. Again. Good. One more. So make sure you always reset the feet back to hip width apart. Let's add on. So we're going to exhale, lift up. Take an inhale, lower the leg a little. It might not be far, it might just be a few centimeters. Inhale. Exhale. Lifting up. Lower. Up. And release. So exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale. I got the breathing right this time. Inhale. I'll talk you through the breathing a few more times. Exhale, up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Again, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let's do one more each side. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Relax. Good. How are you going? We're going to do one more exercise. It is a little bit advanced, so I'll try to find ways to help break it down for you. So I'm going to take my legs out again, and again my back is down, and I'm going to add the extra challenge of taking my arms back, which makes it even harder to keep my back down. So just, you might need to bend your elbows a little, maybe you need to come a little lower, maybe you don't take the arms all the way back. But just try and compromise, work with your spine and your flexibility, and find that position where your back can keep that light connection to the mat. So I'm going to come to this position. On the exhale, I'm just going to lift up my arms first. So I'm going to lift up and reach forward. And then inhale, I'm going to come down. Exhale, I'm going to lift up. Inhale, I'm coming down. So notice I do tuck my chin in. That's going to be very important later when I change the position. So we're going to keep doing this, but this time I'm going to lift my right leg off the floor. So I'm still crunching center. So exhale. So this will work your coordination. Inhale, keep your back down. Exhale. Inhale, release. Exhale. Inhale, release. And it doesn't matter if the foot points, flexes. If you need to bend your knees, you can bend your knees. Now, I don't know if you guessed our next level, but I'm going to add it. So both feet. This is going to take a lot of core strength. Not so much on the way up, it's the way down. So exhale, I'm going to lift up. Inhale, I'm going to keep my back down. Yeah, and I'm going to lower to the mat. Maybe you don't lower all the way. That's okay too. Exhale. Inhale, I'm going to lower all the way down. I'm going to keep my back down. So remember, back up, back arching is cheating, and it's not a reflection of the structure of your spine, by the way. A lot of people tell me that, but what it really tells you if your back arches or has to arch to come all the way down is it's a reflection of core strength. So it is a lack of core strength. So it often indicates your lower back is very, very tight and your core has a little weakness in it. It's a really common imbalance in the body. So don't add to that imbalance by allowing that spine to lift up and move. We need to hold it. You ready? Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let's do it 4 more times because I'm sure you're really enjoying it. So that's 2 more times if you're still doing single leg. And let it go. Whew. How you doing? All right, I'm coming on to my side. I'm going to work a little bit, again, through the obliques, but also on some hamstring and some hip work. So let's start with the hamstring work first. So I'm today going to come up on my elbow and I'm going to draw my upper body away. I'm placing my hand on the waist because I want to keep this lift up through the spine. And if I place the hand here, chances are I'm going to start to sink to the ground. So I'm going to lift up. So, are you ready? So we take a deep breath in. So we're going to scoot the belly. I'm trying to keep my shoulders back and in position and my hips in line. So I'm going to lift this top leg hopefully, without sinking down to the mat. So we don't want to sink to get higher. So exhale up, inhale lower. Exhale up, inhale lower. Exhale up, inhale lower. So one more time. So what we're going to do, I'm going to give the top leg a little rest, and then I'm going to exhale, lift my hips, and inhale lower. I think you might see where I'm going with this. Exhale, lift, inhale lower. Exhale, lift. Sorry, I did say I'd put my hand on my waist, and then I didn't. One more time. You ready to put them together? This, you do not have to do it, okay? So exhale, I'm going to lift up. Inhale, I'm going to lower down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Good. 2 more times. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Well done. All right. Just take a little bit of a shake. Now I'm going to give you the option to repeat. So same thing, 6 reps of that. Or, and I'm really testing myself out now, or you can extend the legs. This will not be for everybody. So just make sure you're pressing into the mat with your hand. Now, I don't even know if it's for me, to be honest. So exhale, I'm going to lift up. Inhale, that went a bit better than I thought it was going to go. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Whoop. See, my balance is challenged. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more times. Exhale. Regretting my life choices at the moment. Who thought of this exercise? Exhale. Inhale. Shake it up. All right, let's do a little bit more oblique. So bend your knees. Let's take the hands forward and the shoulders down, and we're going to take a deep breath. We're going to lift up. So I'm turning my shoulder a little to you. And inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, let's go for a triple percussive pulse. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. 2 more times. And the last one. And let it go. We have a whole other side to do, and I'm really excited about that. I hope you are too. Wow. Okay. You ready? This, I'm pretty sure, the second side's always the good side. All right, we're coming down. Fingers crossed, hey? Pressing into the mat. I'm lifting my waist away from the mat, so I'm not dumping into the side. Trying to hold the integrity of my spine. And I'm going to place the hand on my waist just so I'm not tempted to collapse in this exercise. So I start with the leg. Press into your palm just to remind yourself to push up and lighten through your shoulder. All right, take an inhale. Exhale, up. Inhale, so just a few reps like this. Exhale. And this might be where you stay, so the reason I try to give you lots of layers is so that you have options. So you remember, you have choice. You don't have to choose to go to the most advanced option. It's structured like this, so you have that opportunity to build up your strength. Are you ready for the second? So we lift the hips. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. Inhale. You're ready to put it together. So the leg and lift through the hips. Here we go. Inhale. So 6 reps of this. So remember, you can repeat any of the options we've done so far, or you can come with me. I'm pretty sure this is my good side. This could be hilarious. Are you ready? Take a deep breath in. Exhale, push up. Oh, it is my better side. Inhale. Why didn't I start with this side? Again, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. It's amazing how much the glute strength from the base leg makes a difference. So any weakness there, like I have on my other side, does affect your balance. That's my excuse anyway. Last time. And relax. Whew, have a shake. And we're coming on to the belly. So let's come down. Let's just relax through the upper body. And I'm going to bend my knees. So I'm bringing my heels together. My soles of feet face the ceiling and my knees are open. So they don't need to be uncomfortable or too wide.
just at a position that feels good. But you do need to be able to keep your pelvis down. So if you've come up to this position, your hamstrings are really tight, and suddenly your pelvis is off the mat, or you can't even get your feet to a 90-degree position. So if they're here, maybe you might want to try this version. So with this version, the head's down, my pelvis is down, and I'm just going to lift my legs up and down. You will still get the benefit of the glute work, but without the tension in the hamstrings. Okay, so it's a good option, especially if your hamstrings are too tight and overly developed. So that's usually what happens when you get that constant pull in them. This one might not be the best option for you, but I'm going to work through this one. I'm going to relax my upper body. Yes, I'll probably look at you from time to time, but try to work on keeping your head in this position with your neck nice and relaxed. So I'm going to scoop my belly, I'm going to press my pelvis, and I'm just going to take an out breath to relax, to get my upper body to relax too. And inhale, I'm going to lift my knees off the mat. So my soles of feet are pressing to the roof. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again, if your hamstrings getting a cramp in it like mine is, you might want to extend the legs. Now I'm going to place my hands, just my fingertips at my temples. And when on my inhale this time, I'm going to lift the upper body up. So upper and lower together, and then exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Now I'm going to add on to this. So I inhale, I lift. I'm going to keep my lower body position. On the exhale, I'm just going to take a little tip. So it's like a little side bend. I'm not actually rotating or lifting my elbow up. It's staying level. So just a little rotation to the side. Inhale down, center, and exhale lower. Other side. So inhale. I take that little side bend to the other side. My shoulders are still square. Inhale, center. Exhale down. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So let's try just one more each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Relax. So extending my legs. I'm going to take my left ear to the mat and take a few deep breaths here. So deep breath in and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. All right, I'm going to take my hands under shoulders, push up onto my hands and knees, and take the hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and around my spine and breathe. Deep breaths. Deep breaths, relax the neck and shoulders. And one more. All right, this time I come to neutral spine. I'm going to take my knees a little wider, my big toes together, and walk my hands forward and bring the head down. Sit as close to your hips as you can. For those of you who have knee issues, just do your best. But if you find it impossible to get your head down, I do recommend bringing your hands a little closer and resting your head. And just work on relaxing the shoulders. This is a real release. Work with the breath. We want the parasympathetic nervous system to activate. So this means this is that system in your body that calms you down. So let's try. Inhale, exhale. Again, inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Right, I'm coming up onto my knees, and I'm going to come into a movement. We call it the hinge. So this one I've actually been holding back. I've been looking forward to including this one. It gives you a nice stretch to the quadriceps, and often it's not until we do a movement like this that we are in tune with how tight our quadriceps can be. So it's lots of core strength, lots of stretch in your quadriceps, and quite a bit of glute strength as well. So we come into this position, and the aim is to keep my body in one line from this knee joint all the way up to the crown of my head. So the hinge involves a tip back. But when I tip, I want to be really conscious to keep my body in line. Because if I don't, say if I do this, which puts strain on my lower back, or I do this, it's not really going to kick in through the core. So if you have a mirror close by, you might want to just have a look at your technique and make sure you're holding it. You don't have to go a great distance back, so especially if your quadriceps are very, very tight, because usually that's what talks to you first. And often the reason we let go of the core is because the quadriceps, they're not used to having that stretch out, so they often do talk to you quite a lot. All right, I'm going to take my arms here just because I have that perception that it helps my balance. You don't have to. I'm going to relax my shoulders, and I'm going to be quite conscious of this brace. So this scoot through the belly. So connect to it, make sure you're still breathing. I'm going to take a deep breath in, and I'm going to exhale, tip back. Inhale up. Oh, I haven't stretched my quads for a little while. Exhale. Well, not as much as I should anyway. Inhale. Exhale. So just play with the level that feels good to you. You might just for today start with just a really subtle movement because this is quite strong. So exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. And again. And inhale. So I'm going to start to add some arms because, again, I just like you to have a little bit more excitement in your life. So I'm going to exhale, tip back. I'm going to hold it here. And inhale, I'm going to open through the arms. Exhale, I'm going to bring my arms in. And then inhale, I'm going to come up. Oh, my quads were really talking to me then. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Shall we do how many? 5 more. I was going to say 4 then. But I think that's me just trying to get out of doing more reps. 3 more. And notice how I'm counting them down. Lucky last one. All right, have a little shake. And this is a non-essential challenge that I just decided to throw in for the fun of it. So we're going to come
Exhale, come back, and we're going to take thumbs out. Now, without bouncing or moving the upper body or the lower body, we're just going to take a really small circle on the arms. And a percussive breath. Let's go the other way. And let it go. Oh, just came to me too. The things I do to you and the things I do to myself. Gosh. All right, so I'm going to spin around again. So we're going to finish just with a few V-sits. So the V-sit works on your core strength and your balance. And it's that deeper core strength. So it's about holding your spine alignment. We don't want to have a V-sit with a rounded spine because otherwise it's going to affect our lower back. So it's all about lifting and sitting tall. So there's a few ways you can do this. So we're going to draw the shoulders back and down. And we're going to start by lifting one leg up. So I'm just putting the tip of my other toe to the mat and I'm holding my thighs. So let's take just 3 breaths here. I'm drawing my shoulders back. Again. And release and sit tall. Let's try the other side. So I'm lifting up. And I'm lifting up. So this time I'm going to let go and do the same thing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. And the other side. And lift up. So now we're going to do it as a rep. So we're going to exhale, tip and lift. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, tip and lift. Even see if you can take your arms a little further. You may not. Inhale, lift. Hopefully you're holding your spine. Hopefully I'm demonstrating with a long spine. Reset feet back to hip width. It'll help balance. Good. A few more times. Good. 2 more. Now, I don't know if you guessed the next option, but yes, it is both legs. If you want to stay with the single leg, feel free to do that. You ready? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And you don't have to touch down if you don't want to. If you want a bit more challenge, exhale. Inhale, so you might just come back to here. Or here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, so feel free to touch down if you need to. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. If you want to go. And let it go. Whoa, jeez. Oh, these exercises today, I don't know. All right, let's take a stretch to finish. So bringing the soles of your feet together. I'm going to take a deep breath in and lift the spine. And exhale, tip forward. So we're going to just place a little bit of pressure on the thighs. And I'm breathing deep breaths. Good, you can stay here, or otherwise you can bring your elbows a little forward. You don't have to, and maybe work through the spine as well. Just try and relax the shoulders as you hold it.
And lifting up.
A little shake. So let's revisit some of the flexibility exercises we visited at the start. So this is really to test to see if you can go a little bit further. We'll only do a few reps of each. So we're going to take an inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, I'm going to tip. See if you can reach a little further past the leg. Inhale. Exhale. So keeping the hips grounded. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more each side. Now let's go to a lateral stretch. So I take the right hand down, I reach up and over with the left. Inhale. So I'm not touching my foot, I'm lifting up, out of the waist and over. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So a few more to go. One more each side. Now I lift up. I turn and I tip. I lift up. I turn and I tip. Again. One more each way. And lift. Exhale, let it go. So hopefully you found you were able to get a little further that time. So just giving the legs a little shake, shake, shake. Let's hug under the thighs. And relax, well done. All right, let's make our way up to standing, shall we? So I'm going to set our feet a little further apart so they're about shoulder width. I bring my weight into my feet, and today I release left hand, followed by right. I take a deep breath in, I'm going to lift my chest, and exhale, push up through the legs. My quadriceps are still recovering from the hinge. All right, let's quickly really get into our body and do our posture alignment. So check and feel your feet. Try to make them centered, try to make them hip width. Relax your knees and ground to your legs. So really get a sense of your legs here. Tune to your spine. So we want to stack through your base of vertebrae and have the hips centered so they're not tipping and moving the spine. And from here, we're going to activate through the deep core. Tune to your hip bones. Visualize the line going from one hip bone to the other, and then scoop your belly in behind the line without moving the spine. And just test the breath that you're not associating holding the belly with holding the breath. Remember, it's a lighter connection than sucking the belly in, because that moves the spine and it also restricts our breath. So we don't want the breath restricted. We're going to bring our hands by side with palms in and relax through the shoulders. And then we want to check that our neck and head comes in line. So the neck is in line with the rest of the spine and the head's within our center of gravity. So I want you just to hold here and get a sense of your body. So notice if there's areas you don't have good connection with, because this is a good thing to know. It's a good thing to be curious about. There's often a reason for that. Whether we don't associate with that area of the body, or whether there might be some muscular issues going on for it, it is good to be a bit curious. So let's take a deep breath in and exhale. And we're going to roll through the spine, so tip, and exhale, roll down. Inhale. Exhale, roll up. And just one more time today. Inhale. Exhale, roll down. Inhale. Exhale, coming all the way back up to your Pilates posture. And just again, coming into the body, And thank you very much. So thank you for joining me today. So remember, you can watch these videos at any time. You don't have to do the whole thing all at once. You might just do a little and build yourself up. And feel free to like these videos, to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can comment if you'd like to. Thank you.